Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amara and I make videos about self-improvement for the girls and guys who are looking to really get on top of their game and step into this next era of their life. If this is content that you really enjoy, feel free to subscribe and comment down below. I definitely love to hear from you and build community with you as well. I wanted to make this video today talking about how to create a life that you love. I'm going to be sharing tips that I've been using on my journey, and hopefully this helps you in your journey. If it does, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Let's get into tip number one. So tip number one is get very, very clear about what it is that you really, really want. I think a lot of times we have so many goals, so many things on our to-do list that nothing ends up getting done. First, what kind of life is it that you really, really want? What is a life that I would love to live that I don't need a vacation from? What does that look like? Where do I live? Who am I friends with? How is my family relationships? How do I dress? What are my habits? When we're really talking about like what we want out of life, I think we really need to think about it holistically. Like, what kind of food do I eat? What kind of where do I live? What kind of relationship am I in with all of the people around me? Familial, work-wise, professional relationships, friendships, romantic relationships. Like, how does my life really look, right? So whatever your goal is, whether it's from a health perspective to a financial perspective to whatever your specific goal is, get really clear on what they are and narrow it down for this season. So I would pick one or two things to really, really focus on in this season. That way we're not getting overwhelmed by the amount of like everything that we want to do all the time. Like, yes, we can do a lot because we're great and amazing people, but when we focus in on our goals and we just have one or two for that specific season. I break my goals down seasonally, starting with, for me, the new year, spring, summer, fall, winter. That's how I break my goals down for that specific season. What is it that I want in this now moment in this specific season? And that's how I kind of start my foundations of how I'm gonna actually accomplish these goals to build a life that I love for myself. In the summertime, my goals are gonna be different than when I'm in the middle of the winter or in a transitional season, for example, like fall. So get very clear about this now season that you're in and what is it that you truly want, and narrow that down to two goals that you can progressively work on throughout this season for you. With these two goals that you have, it all boils down to an identity shift. So for example, if I have a goal of running, and when I would first go to the gym, like I would be so like overwhelmed by the fact that like these people around me, like when you get on the treadmill, like the people who really run like and that would intimidate me, and I would just go there like kind of just do my little thing, and I would kind of see it like as a chore, like, oh my gosh, I have to run for 2 minutes or I have to run for 7 minutes, and now my goal is 10 minutes. But when I shifted my mentality of like, oh, I have to do this, I'm on the treadmill to lose weight, I'm doing this because I know it's healthy for me. Once I shifted my mentality from it was a chore to it was my identity. I don't run because I have to, I run because I get to. I don't run as one of my goals, I run because I am a runner. And that's one skill that I learned from one of my favorite books, Atomic Habits. It's the identity shift. So whatever goals that you have right now, make it part of your identity. It's not that you don't eat burgers and fries for breakfast, it's that that's just not on the menu. As this new person that I am, that's not on my menu. It's an identity shift in who you are to get to the goals and this lifestyle that you want. Who is that person that lives that life? Become that person. It's closing that gap from, I think it was a Neville Goddard quote that I had heard. It was like, the difference between desiring and having is just being. That's how you close the gap. So in this first, getting clear about what you want, shifting into the new identity, getting into the same identity, the same resonance with who and what you want to be in the end right now. That's how you close that gap. One goal that I had was to go to the gym consistently at 5 in the morning. And in order to be a person that did that regularly, I was a regular gym goer at 5 in the morning. In order to do that, I had to give up scrolling at 11 o'clock at night. I could not scroll at 11 o'clock, midnight, 1 a.m. if I knew I had to be up and at the gym at 5 in the morning. Like, that was just something that I had to give up. So what is it that you have to give up in order to be the person that you want to be, in order to be the person that deserves and lives in a state with the life that you really, really want? So getting clear on those things will really help you close that gap between where you are now and that dream life that you really do resonate with, that you really do deserve. So getting clear about what it is that you want, shifting into that identity of the person that has those habits, that is that way. And I want to get up and be at the gym at 5 in the morning. That means I'm not the kind of person that scrolls all night long, eats super late into the night because I have these other goals. It's not that I don't like that, but it's that I enjoy and I appreciate this new person that I am and these new goals that I have. So you're giving up one part of yourself to gain another. So the second tip that I wanted to share with you guys was to create positive habits around this new lifestyle that you want to live in. The idea of habit stacking. How do I positively integrate this new identity into my life? For me, it was like laying out my clothes the night before. It was getting cute gym clothes and even eventually going with a friend. Like, those kind of things were the ways that I integrated this new habit into my life. When we're thinking about the life that we want to step into, we need to kind of reinforce those positive habits, and it's small minor tweaks that we make in just our mentality that draws in more luck and abundance. The first habit that I've integrated into my life has been gratitude. When I tell you, my entire life has shifted when I started to appreciate everything that's already in my life. Like, I cannot describe how my life has changed ever since I started implementing gratitude. And like, you can do it in so many different ways, whether you do it through a journal practice, whether you do it through like love and kindness meditations. But for me, the number one thing that I've done to create a life that I just love living is really implementing gratitude for myself, from the people around me, from my environment, all my current possessions. This is going to be really, really, really essential in your entire journey when you are creating this new identity, this new life that you just love. The two forms of gratitude that I practice regularly that have changed my entire life have been love and kindness meditations. That was one of the first meditations that I found. It's really, really simple. What you do is you just sit down in your preferred location. I like to sit on the floor, like on a blanket or a pillow, and I just think about everybody in my life, and I just wish them love and kindness and prosperity. And I just visualize like a green aura covering them, just full heart chakra, full heart space open, and just pouring into them a lot of love and kindness. And what this does, especially when you're having like difficulty with any particular person in your life or any particular situation, thinking of that in a positive and loving way really, really helps you break through some of the like blockages that you might be having. And I know it sounds like really difficult at first, but it's changed my entire life. And then I also have implemented a journaling practice. Before I go and journal, sometimes like I'll be going through like a really, really difficult emotion and I'm just wanting to like get it out. And I want to go in and I just want to write all my negative emotions and rant and rant and rant, which is good because that's a safe space to put your feelings. What I do first is I go and I just write 3 things that I'm grateful for. Like 3 things that I'm grateful for, why I'm grateful for that. And it's not simple things like, oh, I'm grateful for my dog, I'm grateful for my bed, I'm grateful for. No, things that I'm truly grateful for, like that I can reflect on throughout the day. Like I remember a few weeks ago, I was with my friend and we were at the pool. And I just, like, there were these flowers that were at the pool and they were just so vibrant and so beautiful that it like, I was like overly grateful for like these beautiful flowers and for that moment there with my friend. Like small things like that attract more beauty into your life. Like I promise you, once you start to implement gratitude in your life, it becomes something that you just don't let go of. And I want to hear from you down below if you have implemented gratitude in your life. What ways and how do you practice that, and how has it changed your life?